Gainesville police investigators are seeing a disturbing rise in the level of alcohol-related sexual assaults. These are cases where the suspect either takes advantage of someone too intoxicated to consent to sexual activity or intentionally slipping a drug into the drink of a victim. In either instance, 2 lives are essentially impacted. The Gainesville Police Department takes these cases very seriously, and we hope that you will help us stop these crimes. In this segment, the Police Beat crew took a trip to the Midtown bars to discuss the issue with some local students. Let's see what they had to say.
Well, I think that sexual assault, even though you think it's not really happening, if you may not hear about it or if it's not as discussed as it should be, because it should be, it definitely is happening, definitely in college towns, because at this age, a lot of people think they're kind of invincible and they're just going around, just drinking, hanging out with their friends. So it's definitely going on, and it's not something that's being talked about enough, and it needs to be so people can be more aware of what's going on and watch out for themselves.
Definitely happens too much, and I think that something needs to be action. Some kind of action needs to be taken to stop it, prevent it. Call the police, get somebody, security, something like that, along those lines to protect women. I don't think it's right to take advantage.
Yes, I do know someone who was sexually assaulted. It really changed their life forever, and they can't really move past it.
It was actually, she was in a relationship with him and it happened, so that's even scarier too. It's not just like a random person on the street, it's someone that you know. So you think you're out with like a guy that you know, the same thing could happen. You're out in Midtown just drinking with some guy you met like last week, and next thing you know, you don't know his intentions, so he could attack you, and it's really scary.
You know, they say chivalry's dead. That has nothing to do with it. Guys should watch out for girls regardless, you know. And if they see them a little too tipsy or something, maybe just, like I will, I'll even just keep an eye on them, you know, or you see a shady guy approaching them or creeping on them.
They may not even be touching you a lot. I've definitely seen them just like circling, literally like vultures around. So if you start seeing someone just like walking around you a lot, looking at you a lot, they're not looking at you because they think your shoes are cute. So don't give them the opportunity.
I definitely think it can be a problem if things get out of control, but if you know your limits and how your body is, like you know when to stop, like when the smart thing is to stop, like.
Oh, wait, no.
I'm gonna go find my friends.
No, don't worry about it.
I need to find
Don't worry
them.
about it. Just stay here. Let me grab you another beer. Be right back.
Definitely stick together. Make sure you have a group and make sure you know everybody in the group and where they are. Just be sure that someone's keeping track.
Where is she?
We definitely stay together, so like we can watch out for each other. And when we leave to go somewhere else, we're like, okay, do we have everybody? Then we can go. We don't like ever leave somebody just alone by themselves.
Make sure you cover your drink. Do not put your drink down, and do not accept drinks from strangers, because that is how you get into trouble.
If you just start drinking in the first place, I don't really think you should be having sex with someone you don't really know. It may not be the best idea because you're not really in your right mind and you don't know who this person is.
Yeah, I definitely think it's a problem. I think about it every time that I go out, and I have a set of people that I can call in case I feel like I'm ever in danger.
When they're being touchy and feeling with you when you're out, it's all that they just want it. Like, that's all they want. They're not trying to be your friend.
Why don't you come with me? Don't worry.
My friend was here. Oh, where'd she go? you doing?
Yo, what are you doing?
Nothing, man. Just having a little fun.
I feel like it's kind of like, as the guy friend to a girl, it's kind of your obligation. You owe that to at least your friends. I mean, they don't have to be your girlfriend, but a friend that's a girl, you might as well protect them. I mean, definitely if they're that intoxicated. If they're making the choice on their own, it's their choice, but if they're walking around barely able to hold themselves, you need to take an action, yes.
Come on, man, she's drunk.
We're just a little bit buzzed, that's all.
More than just a little buzzed, dude. Look, she can't even stand up.
It's not a big deal.
It is a big deal, man. Come on, let's just get her out of here. Come on, let's go.
What do you think you're doing?
We'll thank you later.
Dude, come on.
There are other people with you. There are a lot of guys around too. Not every guy is going to attack you. So if you just let other people know, maybe you call the police or GPD, they'll come. They're not going to just sit there. So just like let them know, hey, I see some girl or even some guys just kind of drunk, they're kind of intoxicated, and I feel like something may be going on. They'll come and they'll help you. So you don't have to be afraid that no one's going to help you. You're going to look like a crazy person. Like, it's rather be safe than sorry.
Women should be able to go out, have fun with their friends. If they had a bad day, have some alcohol, let off steam, and know that they're going to be fine and not have to worry about guys attacking them or have to worry about, oh no, what if that, what if this? So just have fun and have a good night.
We hope that the segment you just saw will make you aware of the issue of alcohol-related sexual assaults. We also understand that being victimized may be a very confusing and embarrassing experience. For victims that may be reluctant to reach out for help, we urge you to contact the Rape Crisis Center's 24-hour hotline at 264-6760. Please help us put an end to this type of crime in Gainesville.
They'll see you before you see them. Cops are cracking down on drinking and driving. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Hey, relax.
You guys don't ever know anything.
I knew. Oh, are you actually really doing
Come on.
it?
Y'all, we'll be right back.
Go back to my place. Got a nice little
Hey,
setup.
girl, there you are. I'm looking all over for you. Come on, this party's getting old. Let's get out of here. I'll take your drink. Hey, she's really sick. Can you take her home?
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Hey, who was that?
Who? Her? I don't know.
One bad night could change a life. Step in and make a difference. Be that person. Let's eliminate sexual assault.
This is a safety message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Thousands of people die every year from drunk driving. That's why cops are on the lookout. And that's why they're using the future of law enforcement to help.
RoboCop is here. Good morning, officers. Be ready to move in on my request. I see 3 crimes in progress. I'd put those down now if I were you.
Buzzed driving is drunk driving.
Thank you for your cooperation.
RoboCop in theaters February 2014.
They'll see you before you see them. Cops are cracking down on drinking and driving. Drive sober or get pulled over.
In 2007, a drunk driver took GPD Lieutenant Corey Dahlem from us. The worst part of his death is that it could have easily been prevented by making a choice not to drive impaired. In our first segment today, we follow GPD's DUI enforcement specialist, Officer John Kaprowski, as he hunts down impaired drivers before they can hurt or kill anyone.
Officer John Kaprowski of the Gainesville Police Department. I'm the nighttime traffic safety team DUI officer. Well, the DUI enforcement position is part of the traffic safety team, and what we're trying to do is be on the roads, and stop any safety violations before something bad happens. Just like the daytime, we look for speeding, people running red lights, stop signs, things that are going to put the community at risk. He was traveling over 100. We're slowing down towards the intersection now. But one of the differences between the nighttime and daytime shifts are, nighttime are more predominant for DUI drivers. This position was created to detect and enforce DUI laws specifically due to the amount of traffic accidents, either serious bodily injury and fatalities that were occurring. And this is a way that we're addressing this issue, is to stop them before they're actually happening. Well, one of the common misconceptions people have is when they go out and they have a few drinks, alcohol tends to make you feel good, and that's why people drink it, which leads to poor judgment. When you're feeling good, you think that there's nothing wrong with you and you can drive. That's a misconception on everyone's part, because the more you drink, the more impaired you get. Your normal faculties decrease, your ability to make judgments, to judge distance. Driving is a complex situation. I mean, you have to be aware of your surroundings. You have to stop for red lights, stop lights, stop signs. You have to use the gas. You have to defensive drive, as well as operate your vehicle in a safe manner. Alcohol diminishes that ability. Even though you might think that you're okay to drive, we see indicators that you're not, and that's what we are out here judging people on. We have to make sure that they're okay to drive, and if they're not, we need to get them off the road.
Can you be around 9656?
10-451. Well, the first DUI we went to, we were called to the scene by Officer Tatura, who stopped a gentleman on a scooter for weaving all over the roadway. As a DUI officer, I'm available to any officer that needs my assistance. She made contact with him, he showed obvious signs of impairment, and he became aggressive, so she wound up placing him in handcuffs because he became a flight risk. Upon arrival, she requested that I come to the scene to evaluate him. So as we get there, he's very uncooperative with the investigation, did not want to perform it. People need to understand that just because you don't want to cooperate with the investigation does not mean that we are not going to enforce the law. There are other telltale signs of somebody other than the field sobriety exercises to show that they're impaired. One is their demeanor. This gentleman had an aggressive demeanor. He has a history of DUI driving. He's been arrested before, so he kind of knows what's going to happen. Just because he doesn't participate in any of the investigation does not mean that we cannot make a determination based on the level of their impairment. Subsequently, I made the determination that he was impaired, and he wound up being arrested and he's going to go to jail. Refused the breath test. Now his license is automatically suspended for 1 year for refusing to take the breath test. And those are the consequences that he faced, even though he did not want to participate at all. When a person is, stopped with possible suspicion of DUI driving, they're going to be requested to perform field sobriety exercises. These are designed to let the officer have some interaction with the subject, to see if they are actually impaired or if there's another reason of why the occurrences, why their driving pattern was so bad, or whether it was a vehicle malfunction or something like that, to rule that out to see if either that was the issue or if they're an impaired driver. Depending on their performance of field sobriety exercises, if they perform poorly, they're going to be arrested for driving under the influence and requested to take a breath test. After they see the judge, it's up to the judge whether to release them or issue a bond at that time. But depending on whether they refuse to take a breath test or if they blow, they're going to lose their license for a period of time. These are consequences that everybody takes while they're drinking and driving. Next gentleman that we observed was coming westbound on University Ave. He was traveling a 30-mile-an-hour speed zone, and radar confirmed that he was traveling 46 in a 30 miles an hour speed zone. How's it going? You got your license, registration, insurance card?
I got my permit.
What's that?
I got my permit.
You got your permit? Okay. You got a licensed driver? I'm going to step right up over here for him. Where you heading to?
My friend lost his ride from this party, and we're gonna go pick him up.
Okay. Okay, have you had anything to drink this evening? You been smoking weed? You haven't?
Cigarette.
Definitely. What were you just doing?
We were just sitting at my friend's house watching a movie.
You know your shirt's on inside out?
Yeah. I can't because my friend,
You know it's on backwards?
They called us and he said his friend left him and he has no ride. And my friend came up and he was like, "Can we go pick him up?" And I said, "I guess so." You know what I'm saying? We're just watching a movie.
Very slow.
Thanks.
38 routine with you. Demeanor, his eyes are completely dilated and they're not responding to light at all. He just has that high look about him. So we're gonna run through some field sobriety exercises. When we stop someone, we have no idea where they're gonna stop. Some people stop immediately, some people pull in parking lots, some people will just stop in the middle of the road. Some people pull on the sidewalk. Are you any pills, prescriptions, medications of any kind? Nothing like that? I'm saying you're not on any drugs or anything like that? Okay. Would you mind performing a few field sobriety exercises for me?
Yes.
And that'll be okay with you? Okay, what I'm gonna have you do is I'm gonna stand right back here with this officer. I'm gonna pull my car up here, light up an area that we can perform those, okay? So if you'll stand over here, and we have to go into an investigation. We try to find a parking lot, a gas station, a sidewalk, somewhere out of the roadway, out of harm's way to perform the investigation. Plus, we don't want any extra things, for them to worry about. We want them to perform, to the best of their ability so we can get a proper evaluation of them. All right, first thing I'm gonna have you do, I'm gonna have you stand, see where that light is? I'm gonna have you stand right there. Put your feet in the light, and I want you to put them all together. See how mine are heel to heel, side by side? Relax your arms at your sides, okay? All right, see that red light? What I want you to do is I want you to stare at this red light, okay? I want you to follow this red light with your eyes and your eyes only, okay? I don't want you to move your head at all during this exercise. You understand that? Okay, so go ahead and stare at the red light for me. This one. This gentleman not only had the signs of alcohol, but he had other signs of drugs in his system. And obviously you could see it in a person's eyes, but when he performed on field sobriety exercises, it was plainly obvious, that his normal faculties were impaired. He cannot mentally and physically do something. He couldn't even hold his balance while he was just standing there. So he performed poorly, wound up, being placed under arrest, and went to jail for the night. And he's going to have to answer that to the judge in the state attorney's office for the actions that he took. One thing that society has come to, this is a poly-drug use society nowadays. It's not just the going to the bar. We're not just looking for the alcoholics that are falling out of the car when we pull them over. There's prescription drugs, there's illicit drugs, there's narcotics, there's multiple drugs that people get impaired on. As this happens, we keep up with our training, which allows us to detect those signs of impairment. Think about what you're taking and what you're putting in your body before you get behind the wheel of a vehicle.
Remember, impaired driving includes more than drunk driving. Driving while under the influence of drugs, including some legal prescriptions, is also unsafe and against the law. Make the decision today to never drive while impaired.
Get caught buzzed driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom. It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzzed driving is drunk driving.
So, what are you trying to do after this? Hey, relax. Go back to my place.
Hey guys, I'll be right back.
Got a nice little setup.
There you are. We've been looking all over for you.
What?
Come and say hi to everyone.
Seriously? Hanging out, bro. This party sucks.
Hey girls, she's really sick. Can you take care of her?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, who was that? Who, her? I don't know.
One bad night could change a life. Step in and make a difference. Be that person. Let's eliminate sexual assault.
Man, that was a stupid decision. And now I'm paying for it big time.
Hey, we got some more trash for you! Come on, guys!
I know where I'd rather be.
They'll see you before you see them. Cops are cracking down on drinking and riding. Drive sober or get pulled over.
See you later.
They crawl out of the woodwork every night. So disgusting and vile. They scurry and run. But they can't hide. We're stomping out drunk driving, one creep at a time.
Hands behind your back. All of them.